All right, so that has shut off. We were going in on read that precept one more time because the camera has shut. I was looking for another scripture too.
Go back to it. Proverbs 11 and verse 14, and it reads, "Where no counsel is, the people fall."
Where no counsel is, the people fall, man. Okay, so you need counselors meant to give you advice.
That's right.
Good advice. According, every king had that. Every king in the scriptures had counselors around them, man. All right. You need counselors, man. If you don't have counselors, the people fall. All right, go ahead. And you don't want man pleasers either.
That's right.
All right, because that's not a counselor, man. Go ahead.
But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
In a multitude of counselors, there's safety. Right, which would be the brothers in your camp, whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. That's why you have certain men have certain positions for. All right, not so that you can just have power and authority over the flock. No, you a chief counselor, man. Men gonna go to you for advice, man. All right, what should I do in this situation? What should I do in this situation? All right, in certain situations you have to learn on your own. All right, that's just how this go, man. The Most High may teach you a lesson. You just got to go through certain situations on your own. They call a brother and you can't get him. That's when you got to use discernment, use wisdom. Hell, a lot of situations we're gonna get scriptures on that since it came mind. Certain situations you got to cast a lot. Right? You don't know the answer to something, can't get. You pray to Yahawashi, you'll fast and you cast a lot. Whatever it lands on, that's what the Most High wants you to do. No 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, whatever it lands on, that's it. But the scripture says where no counsel is. Matter of fact, there's one more. I think Proverbs 12, 15.
Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 15. "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise."
There you go. And that's a fool, just being right in your own eyes, man. But the scripture says what?
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise.
Yeah. And what's a fool? According to scriptures, a man that despises wisdom.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. He's just wise in his own eyes, man. Mm-hmm. Scripture also calls that what? Trusting in your own heart. See? And if think about it, if every man was wise in his own eyes in this society, it would be chaos, man. It would be straight up chaos. If everybody's wise in his own eyes, it would be anarchy out here, man. You'll have no order, man. What binds people is law, man. All right. See? That's why. Let me get Genesis 34 real quick. That's what I wanted. I was looking for.
Genesis chapter 34, start at verse 1.
Yeah, let me hear one.
Good con. "And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite."
Yeah, so these were Canaanites. These are nasty heathens right here, man. Mm-hmm. That's what the Most High told us in Deuteronomy the 7th chapter. Deuteronomy 7th chapter. When you go into the land of Canaan, kill them. Mm-hmm. Right, read the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter. It tells you the things Canaanites were doing. Like all the witchcraft that you see Esau doing today, and child sacrifice and drinking blood and all that crazy shit. Where they get it from? The Canaanites. They were heavy into that, man. Them Hamites, man. All right? Them Hamites was always doing some kind of folly, man. When you go into Isis, when you go into Ceramicus, Nimrod, those were all Hamites, man. All right? Hey, Jake talking about the African. Those are one of our chief enemies in the scriptures, man. All right, they're huge in the slave trade, man.
Yeah,
Tyre and Zidon.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember I was reading this too a while back. I was meditating on this. Simeon and Levi.
Yeah, we're gonna go into it.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
He raped her, man. Yeah.
And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, "Get me this damsel to wife." And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they would come. And Hamor the father of Shechem went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in line with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. And Hamor communed with them, saying, The soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him to wife, and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get your possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father, and unto her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift.
So we're reading the whole thing now, right? They rape Dinah, and they're going to Jacob, they're going to join families, all right? Marry. All right, go ahead.
Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife.
Give me another what? Go ahead.
Read it on down. Verse 13. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully.
Yeah, they lied, because they didn't want to be joined with them Hamites. Go ahead.
Deceitfully, and said, Because he had defiled Dinah thy sister.
And we're going this to show what counsel, right? Because Simeon and Levi didn't get counsel before they did what they're about to do right now. Go ahead.
And said, Because he had defiled Dinah thy sister, they said unto them, We cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that we are a reproach unto us. For that we're a reproach unto us. But in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised, then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters unto us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone.
Yeah, so this is a custom right here. You know what I mean? You have to be circumcised, man. And this is why the Most High said don't join with the heathen, because eventually you have to start adopting their ways, their customs.
Yeah.
See, and this is what Simeon and Levi is telling them. You want to join with us, you have to be circumcised. Circumcision, that's not a Hamitic custom.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? See, but in the kingdom, they're going to be underneath us, so everybody has to follow what we tell them, man.
That's right.
We're going to be in the policy. See? Go ahead.
Well, man. Verse 17, But if you will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son, and the young man deferred not to do this thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter. And he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them.
The point coming up. Go to the point where they kill him. Go to the point where Simeon and Levi kill him.
It's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearken all that went out of the gate of his city, and every man, every male was circumcised.
So they got this was a part of their plan the whole time. Simeon and Levi. See, go ahead.
And every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass in the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males.
So they killed everybody while they were healing from their circumcision. All right, to free Dinah. Go ahead.
And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went out. And the sons of Jacob came unto the slain and spoiled the city. So I can exploit the city because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep and their oxen and their asses.
That's what it says, Simeon and Levi, which is going to witchcraft, but it says instruments of cruelty in their habitation for what they just did. Yeah? Yeah?
Slaki, Roman. And which was in the city, and that was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives took their captives.
So that's what we're talking about, counsel, right? Because on the surface, it looked like they did a good thing, right? But you're going to hear in a minute now. Go ahead.
And all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, Ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land.
Yeah, so you guys did what you just did to get Dinah, right? They didn't counsel, they didn't ask no advice, they didn't go to Jacob, nothing. They just took it upon themselves to get their sister back, and they spoiled the entire city. And Jacob's like, yo, you guys troubling me, man, because you forgot we're a small group. You see what I'm saying? Remember I told you that Jacob and 70 souls went into Egypt. So that we're a small family at this point, and we're surrounded by Canaanites. So what you just did, when other people hear about it, you're going to make us a target, man. Then what? Not only they going to kill you two, they going to kill all of us, man. See? This is what Jacob was mad about. So they didn't what? They didn't counsel. They didn't get advice. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Ye have troubled me to make me stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the
there you go.
Perizzites.
Yeah, when they heard what you guys just did, what you think they're going to do, man? Go ahead.
And I being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me.
So you saved Dinah, but if the Canaanites heard what you guys just did, they going to exterminate all of us, man. They all 12 tribes, man. All right? All right, which Ephraim and Manasseh wasn't there yet. It was through Joseph, but they would exterminate all of us at that time because of what you guys just did. You took it upon yourself to do that. We could have went around it a better way. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot?
Read Genesis 35.
35 verse 1. And the Most High said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto the Most High.
It's because the Most High was with us. It was with us, man. He told Jacob that. I'm going to be with you wherever you go, man. All right? So the Most High, came in and told Jacob, listen, get up and go to, where? Read.
And the Most High said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto the Most High, that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments.
Yeah, because they took those people captive from that city.
Yeah.
You see? Go ahead. So now they would go ahead, read on.
And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto the Most High, who answered me in the day of my distress. And
because that stressed them out, man.
Yeah.
Because Simeon and Levi didn't get counsel before they just pulled that move, man.
Yeah.
They went to war without what? Without counsel.
Without counsel.
You see? And this is what got Jacob upset, man. See, they weren't strategic about it, man. They took it upon themselves to get Dinah. You know what I mean? And Jacob was like, yo, you guys don't see the bigger picture. Yeah. We're surrounded by these people, man. You see what I'm saying? We're in the midst of them. We're just a small group. So yeah, you rescued Dinah, but if they come down on us, they gonna kill all of us, man. But the Most High was with us anyway. He said, nah, let's go to Bethel. You know what I'm saying? And what?
And I will make there an altar unto the Most High, who answered me in the day of my distress.
The Most High answered us, man. The Most High is with us, man. Go ahead.
And was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all the earrings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of the Most High was upon the cities that round about them.
So the Most High, the terror of the Most High, and that's the only way a small group of people we could have maneuvered. Who had to be there for it? Yahawashi. So we're saying the same thing now, man. We being wise, we're moving, knowing how to move in this society. You see? But the fear of the Lord is on us, man. The Most High is with us, and He's going to have to be with you in the days that's coming, man.
That's right. That's right.
You see? Because that stressed Jacob the hell out, man, that what they just did, man. But it says that the terror of the Lord was on him, man. The fear of the Lord was on him, man. And nobody could touch us, man. See, and we were just a small few, but we brought that out to show that the importance of being wise and the importance of counsel. You see? Because, like we said with Simeon and Levi, they didn't counsel before they pulled that move, man. Which could have been detrimental to all of us.
Yeah.
Could have got all of us wiped out, man. Before we even formed to being a big nation. You see? But the beautiful thing is, you know, sons of the power, man.
That's right.
You know, the Most High was with us, man. So they got Dina back, and the Most High, you know, relocated us. And that was a beautiful thing, but only because the Most High stepped in, man.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Most High, the Canaanites would have devoured us, man. Because why? There was no counsel. Right? Right, so, you know, we brought that precept out. Let me see. Yeah.
15 or 16 minutes.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. You know? I said I was going to do something. Oh, yeah, casting a lot. Right?
So, same way with Jonah.
Yeah, matter of fact, get that. Jonah 1. Oh, matter of fact, get Acts 15:1.
You can't. Good.
Let's get Acts 15:1, and then we're going to get the casting a lot.
Acts chapter 15, verse 1. And certain men which came down from Judea taught the brethren and said, except ye be circumcised after the manner of Moses, ye cannot be saved.
Yeah, so these are a group of men. Read it again.
And certain men which came down from Judea,
which they weren't being wicked. They that's what they knew. That's the level they were at that point. All right, go ahead.
Taught the brethren and said, except ye be circumcised after the manner of Moses, ye cannot be saved. When therefore Paul and Barnabas had no small
dissension
and dispensation with them, they determined that Paul and Barnabas and certain other of them.
So they had arguments. You know what I mean? So, you know, and Paul and Barnabas were already on a high level, you see? But then they realized that what? Read on.
When therefore Paul and Barnabas had no small dissension and disputation with them, they determined that Paul and Barnabas and certain other of them should go up to Jerusalem unto the apostles and elders about this question.
So they had to seek what? Counsel.
That's right.
They had to get counsel, man. All right? They couldn't just take it upon themselves and say, nah, we ain't. Or tell the church, yeah, you guys got to be circumcised. Nah, they said, nah, we got to go up to the apostles and the elders to get an answer on this matter. You see what I'm saying? You see? Because Paul, even though Paul was an apostle, he was the elder, he was still subject to the what? The 12 apostles, man, who were above him. And he had to get an answer from them on the situation. See? So, you know, we just went in on being wise and counsel and knowing how to maneuver in this society, you know, and certain answers that you can't get, certain questions that you can't get the answer to. You know, it might be personal. You know, you have to cast a lot on some things, man. Right? Casting a lot, man. That's in the scriptures, man. Which is what? You pray and you flip a coin. Or you fast and then you flip that coin, man. Matter of fact, you say you was going to get Jonah? I think it's Jonah 1.
Jonah chapter 1 verse 1. Now the word of the Lord came unto Jonah the son of Amittai, saying, arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for the wickedness is come up before me.
Yeah, Nineveh was a wicked ass city, man. It was a demonic city, and you had a lot of the northern kingdom that was in Nineveh, right? A lot of Israelites was in Nineveh. They were led captive to in Nineveh. All right, go ahead.
But Jonah rose up to flee unto Tarshish from the presence of the Lord, and went down to Joppa.
Yeah, that's Turkey. He wanted to go to Turkey. Go ahead.
And he found a ship going to Tarshish, so he paid the fare thereof.
So Jonah, that's crazy. Man. So the Most High came to him, told him, "Yo, go to Nineveh and prophesy against it." He's like, "Hell with that! I'm going to Turkey, man. Yeah, I'm not going there to teach them wicked ass niggas nothing. You see?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And went down to Joppa, and he found the ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare thereof, and went down into it, Slakia, to go with them unto the Tarshish from the presence of the Lord. But the Lord sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken.
Yeah, the Most High was not playing, man.
That's right.
See? You know? Which he was blessed, because you just a dude the Lord didn't care about, it just kill you, man.
Yeah, you ain't listen to me.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to get you. I'm going to destroy you, man. All right?
Yeah, and that shows how the elect can be plucked out of Heavenly Father's hand.
Yeah, no matter what you do, he's going to do something, get you back on point.
Yeah.
You might have had a job you was all into, bam, lose it. You might have had a woman that you was all into, bam, you lose it. You see, all kind of shit start happening all around you, and then you know now it got to be a higher power doing this to me, man.
Good.
See, like you said, none of the elect could get plucked out of his hand. So if you're part of the elect and you start to slack off, it'll touch you, man. You know what? I got to get back on point. All right. You heard?
Then the mariners were afraid and cried every man unto his God, and cast forth the wares that were in the ship into the sea to lighten it of them. But Jonah was gone down into the side of the ship, and he lay and he was fast asleep. So the shipster came to him and said unto him, What meanest thou, O sleeper? Arise, call upon thy God. If so be the God will think upon us that we perish not. And they came, and they said every one to his fellow, Come and let us cast lots.
Let us what?
And let us cast lots.
Let us cast lots, man. So casting lots is in the scriptures, man. All right, go ahead.
That we may know for whose cause this evil is upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah.
The lot fell upon Jonah, man. See, so they know why. He was the reason why this whole situation was happening, man. That's what scripture says. We're going to get it in a minute. But keep reading.
Then said they unto him, Tell us, we pray thee, for whose cause this evil is upon us. What is thy occupation, and whence comest thou? What is thy country, and of what people art thou? And he said unto them, I am in Hebrew, and I fear Yahawashi, the power of heaven, which have made the sea and the dry land. Then were the men exceedingly afraid, and said unto him, Why hast thou done this? For the men knew that he fled from the presence of the Lord, because he had told them.
Go ahead.
Then said they unto him, What shall we do unto thee, that the sea may be calm unto us? For the sea wrought and was tempestuous. And he said unto them, Take me up, and cast me forth into the sea. So shall the sea be calm unto you, for I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you.
Yeah, so what Jonah basically told him, kill me. That's what he's telling him. Because if you toss you into the sea, you're going to die.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Plus it was a storm and a tempest.
Yeah.
So he knew him fleeing the presence of the Lord, that was death, man. The Most High gave him a mission. He didn't do it. Right? And so he said, just toss me over, man. My life is done. You know what I mean? Because I disobeyed the Most High, gave me an order, and I ain't do it. Go ahead.
For I know that for my sake this great tempest is upon you. Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring it to the land.
Yeah, they try their best not to do that.
Yeah.
To try their best to bring it to the land, but what happened?
But they could not.
They could not, man. Go ahead.
For the sea wrought and with tempest against them. Wherefore they cried unto the Lord and said, We beseech thee, O Lord, we beseech thee, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not upon us innocent blood, for thou, O Lord, hast done as it pleased thee. So they took up Jonah and cast him forth into the sea, and the sea ceased from her raging.
Yeah, the sea ceased from raging. Well, what did they do? They cast the lot first, man.
Yeah.
And it landed on him. He was the reason why. You see? So casting lots is in the scriptures. Now, obviously, the Most High was with Jonah. He chastised him. That's heavy chastisement. He cast in the sea, swallowed by a sea creature for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't eat, couldn't drink. He did not sleep. Because he had all kind of foul smells, stomach acid, all kind of waste that he must have been in. He had to use a bathroom on himself probably. You know what I mean? And there's no night light, so it's just complete darkness. You know what I mean? That's hell right there, man. And after he said that prayer, Jonah the 2nd chapter, then the Most High spit him out. Talk to the creature to spit him back out. And told him, go prophesy to Nineveh. And you think Jonah was ready? He was more than ready. He was like, yo, I'm ready to go do this work, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're gonna read Acts the first chapter.
Acts the first chapter.
And in fact, read on. Let me see. It might be further down. Yeah, I think it's Acts 1. Because after after Judas died, there was an opening for who was going to be the 12th disciple. All right, so they had to decide, man. And how did they decide? How did that? Matter of fact, read Proverbs 18:18 first, and then we're gonna jump to that.
Proverbs 18 and verse 18. The lot causeth contentions to cease.
Oh, read it again.
The lot causeth contentions to cease.
It's a casting lots or
the lot.
Oh, it says the lot. Okay, read on.
The lot casteth. Sorry, the lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty.
Yeah, it calls casting lots cause tensions to cease. All right. So if you have a disagreement, whatever the case is, you pray and you cast a lot. Different parties or even men that's in authority, right? They'll cast. Oh, we just seen with Jonah. They wanted to know who was responsible for this. And they casted a lot, man, and it landed on him. All right, and if you have even contentions or questions within yourself, you pray and you fast, and then you cast a lot. You flip a coin. All right, so that's in the scriptures. Now that's how they decided who was going to be the 12 disciples. I think there's Acts the first chapter. Let me see. I think it's Acts 1. So we Spirit was on us today to I think Acts 1:22.
Acts chapter 1 verse 22. Beginning from the baptism of John until that same day that he was taken up from us, must one be ordained to be a witness with us of his resurrection. And they appointed two, Joseph called Barsabas, who was surnamed Justus, and Matthias. And they prayed and said, Thou, Lord, which knowest the hearts of all men, show whether of these two thou hast chosen, that he may take part of this ministry and apostleship, from which Judas by transgression fell, that he might go to his own place. And they gave forth their lots.
They cast their lots. Man.
And their lot fell upon Matthias.
It fell upon Matthias. So that's how they chose the 12th disciple. They casted a lot. They prayed to the Most High. They casted a lot, and it landed on Matthias. Man. So we went through different ways today. Being wise, and seeking counsel, and casting lots. Man.
We also went into that's like being wise, taxes.
Yeah, taxes,
Caesars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
more of these grievous laws gonna come down, and
that's right.
We gotta know how to maneuver, man.
That's right.
Most importantly, man. That's the main thing, man, is knowing how to maneuver in these last times, man. Because it's only going to get worse, man. All right? Things is gonna get hard out here, man. And the main thing that's going to keep brothers stable is a classic scripture, man.
Right. Isaiah 33, verse 6. And it reads, And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi is his treasure.
Read it again. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
That's right.
That's the greatest treasure.
All
right.
Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be what times? All right. When you read Jeremiah the 30th chapter, Jacob's trouble. Money's not going to keep you stable. All right? Your property, possessions, that's not going to keep you stable. All right? You got food stacked up. That's not going to keep you stable, man.